Hi, do you know the secrets to keeping New Year's resolutions? My name is Dr. Leslie Beth Wish. Everyone calls me LB, like in Ladybug, and I'm a psychologist and licensed clinical social worker. It's a tough time of year. People make resolutions and they break them almost by the time February starts. Over 75% of people break them. So I'm going to be giving you tips to keep your New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, that's so very true, LB. And I saw a gentleman going to start a new business. He actually started this year, and he came up with this idea, and it was going to be a workout center. He said, well, this is going to be a fun business model. I'll open up a gym, have all the weights and swimming for the first month of the year, and then I'm going to turn everything into a lounge and a nightclub, because that's how much people keep their New Year's resolutions when they go to the gym. And I thought, yeah, what a smart entrepreneur. So what?
Absolutely. Well, you said something important. You really hit on the number one New Year's resolutions that people make is, I want to lose weight. And it doesn't work very well. And we could probably talk about that in another video, why that doesn't work specifically for that problem. But today I'm going to give all of our viewers 2 overall strategies that really help you make any kind of resolution. And I mentioned all these tips are available on my website, lovevictory.com. But for now, let's just really concentrate on 2 simple tips to think about. The first one, you probably intuitively do all on your own without knowing how powerful it is. So what could that be? Think about what you tend to do sometimes when you've got something difficult to do. See if this describes you. Now you're going to have to wait a second because I've got to get my props to show you things. So here you are making New Year's resolutions or any kind of difficult task, and you realize suddenly that what works really well is getting friends to join you. Don't go it alone. That's one of the major tips and often overlooked ones. Your intuition often leads you to pick up the phone and go, hey, Daisy Duck, can you come over and help me clean out the garage or go through all the clothes I don't wear so I can give them to charity? Now imagine if you had to do that on your own. Yuck, clean your own garage all by yourself, go through your closet all by yourself and look in the mirror a million times. Does this look good? Does that look good? Don't you usually invite a friend or a family member to join you? And it makes the task so much easier because you are gaining social connection. You don't feel as isolated. You're rewarded by being with your friends and family or anybody, colleagues, anybody who makes you feel happy and supported. And that is rewarding of itself. Just being with someone to do a yucky task, no matter what it is. But the secret behind the secret is don't invite too many people, particularly if it's something like going to the gym, because then you think to yourself, well, they're all going, they're not going to miss me, so I can kind of drop out. And you don't go because you don't feel beholden to anyone. So the more difficult the task, the less people you want to invite to join you because you want to end up feeling somewhat responsible to and for that person because you have vowed to help them too. So that's the first secret. So what do you think of all that? You think you can do that? So now let's do the second secret. And this is when we're going to remind you of that wonderful movie called The Wizard of Oz. What can we learn from The Wizard of Oz? The Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Lion. So I'm going to bring up all my buddies. Okay, what are we going to learn from the Scarecrow? Remember the Scarecrow wanted a brain? Well, you're going to have to activate your brain. You are going to have to imagine yourself succeeding at something. When you imagine something, your brain almost doesn't know the difference between actually doing something and just imagining something. So I want you first to imagine yourself not eating that candy. I want you to imagine yourself going to the gym. Imagine yourself doing whatever it is. And then I want you to imagine yourself feeling good after you've accomplished going to the gym, or whatever it is. Fill in the blanks that you're trying to keep. Because the more you imagine that, and the more you imagine how good it feels, the more likely you are to do it. So you want to use your brain, and that's what the Scarecrow wanted. Well, now, what did the Tin Man want? The Tin Man wanted a heart. You are going to have to activate your heart and know that you are doing this for you, that you want to feel better about you. Please don't forget that this is for you. Think about a heart or a happy face on yourself. Anything. Think of the Tin Man. And finally, we have our cowardly lion. I love the lion because everybody's afraid of something. But the lion wants you to be comfortable with your discomfort zone. So when the lion was afraid to do something, think about what he did. He activated his courage. And we'll come back to some of these tips on another video, but this is really important to do for your New Year's resolutions. It means holding back on the behaviors that usually don't work for you. Feel uncomfortable. The more you can feel comfortable, feeling uncomfortable, feeling anxious, lonely, upset, your heart beating really, really fast, the more comfortable you can get with that, the less you will reach for that candy bar or not clean out your closets. So those are the greatest tips that I can give you, and I hope that they work for you. If you like this video, please let us know. Click like. My website is lovevictory.com. You can get all kinds of more tips on my website. And this is being offered through the CCFL Global Academy, Creating Champions for Life. And you can click on this YouTube video and join us. And that would be a way you could get a lot more resources. So I am wishing you all a very happy new year of keeping your New Year's resolutions. Thank you.
Yeah. What an amazing aha moment. I just wanted to just share some of my takeaways, and maybe if I'm like you, you're like me, maybe this happened for yourself. Number one, do your resolutions with friends. That's going to keep the power going. And then also, like the brain, right? Imagine yourself doing it. Wow, exactly. See yourself doing it, then it happens. Do it for you. I mean, if it is to be, it's up to me. I think that's what's going to be most important. And the last one is you're going to have to feel a little bit comfortable being discomfortable or uncomfortable. And I think those are some amazing things, LB. You are just an amazing lady across the board. The things that you share are just so intuitive. And if you could just wrap up real quick on what are some of the statistics of what people do when they don't use these tips to maybe what happens when they do use these tips. What is the increase of people's success, happiness, and maybe more freedom for time by using your tips?
Well, almost 75% of people break their New Year's resolutions by February, and my guess is in January. And what happens is your intuition tells you that you are going to break them because they're too hard to do. And you say to yourself, these are too hard. I'm in deprivation mode. I can't go to the gym 6 days a week, 5 days a week. I can't stop buying potato chips. It's really hard. So what happens is time goes by and you begin to feel badly about yourself. And you kick in again that sense of wanting to do something good for you. And then you go back to your old technique of going it alone, making resolutions that are too big and too hard. Start small. Start in half or quarter day increments. Like between now and the next hour, I'm not eating potato chips. Of course, the smarter thing to do is never to have them in your house. So change your environment. For example, when you go shopping, do not go down the cookie and snack aisle. That would be a good beginning behavior. You could add one new behavior a week, for example. Start small. Remember, the Scarecrow taught you how to activate your brain. Your brain can't do a whole lot all at once, so take it slowly. Don't take yourself down a huge road that is too long, too wide, too winding. It's not the yellow brick road. It's a teeny tiny pathway that you want to start on.
That's awesome. And thank you so much, LB, for being yourself. And if you like what you saw, subscribe to the YouTube channel right down there below in the links down below. And join and see all the other great videos, just like LB, with all the other experts and specialists giving you tips and techniques to help you heal, unite, and be more empowered for your life. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on other videos. Bye for now.
Thank you.